I found lucid dreaming's secret menu, and in today's video I'm going to teach you how to use it using a new lucid dreaming technique. And the nice thing is, it's easy to do, it makes lucid dreaming more fun, it gives you many more lucid dreams, and acts as a form of brain training. But before we get to the technique, we first need to read the instructions. Annoyingly, lucid dreaming doesn't come with an instruction manual unless you count books like Are You Dreaming or Exploring the World of Lucid Dreams. Most of what we do is us trying to understand how the brain works, prodding at different things and hoping for the best, and generally feels like a lot of hard work. So tell me in the comments if this sounds like you. You want to lucid dream, it sounds really interesting, you want to open a portal to another dimension and explore strange new worlds. But when you try to put in what needs to be done to have lucid dreams, it feels like a bunch of homework, a huge chore. You've got to dream journal, which is, let's face it, really difficult when you first wake up in the morning, bleary-eyed. The last thing you want to do is to try and write something down. You need to perform reality checks, and they're really hard work. It's another chore, another thing that you have to add to your day. And then there's lucid dreaming techniques, and they're hard work as well, because you've either got to get up in the middle of the night when you really don't want to, or focus on something which is a bit weird. It's all really challenging, and all feels like a lot of work. Where is the fun? Can we have some fun, please? So, lucid dreaming itself is absolutely brilliant. You get to go to the universe of your mind and pretty much do whatever you can imagine. But getting there feels like trying to pass some kind of exam. It feels like a lot of work, but there's a problem with this. Because if you don't enjoy the process of getting to the lucid dreams, if you can't put in all the effort required, then you're never going to get the payoff. But also, you don't really learn properly if you're not enjoying the journey. And here's the thing, lucid dreaming and the process of having lucid dreams isn't supposed to be a chore. It's not supposed to feel like hard work. You need to have a bit of fun with it. You need to relax into this process. If you get all caught up on memorizing techniques and acronyms and interrupting your day left, right, and center, and it all feels like work, then you're probably not doing the right thing because the mindset is all wrong. This isn't something you force, this is something you allow to happen by creating the right conditions. And one of the foundations of lucid dreaming, one of the most important things you have to have if you want to succeed, is fun, enjoyment, making the process something that is part of you, something that you want to do. Tickling the imagination. So tell me, when was the last time you enjoyed writing your dream journal? When were you inspired by it? When was the last time that a reality check made you feel alive and excited? And can you find any enjoyment in the mild technique or wake back to bed? Or is it just a chore? And the thing is, if any of those things do feel like hard work or like a chore, then you're definitely not doing them right. And the technique we're going to explore in a moment is going to be a way for you to tickle your imagination, to fire yourself up, to bring the joy in the exploration back to what is, by definition, one of the most amazing journeys you will ever go on. Your imagination is the kindling that ignites the fire of inspiration, and it is inspiration that is the key to unlock all the best things in life. The secret menu. There's this interesting, mostly overlooked part of history when people used to care more about dreams, where they found them more interesting, more inspirational, where they would seek answers in their dreams. Now, one of the best examples of this is in ancient Greece, where they had sleep temples, where people would go there to incubate dreams in order to heal themselves or to get insights about their lives. They were essentially unlocking a secret menu of dreams where they could choose what they would dream about, which is obviously really helpful for lucid dreaming. But dream incubation is notoriously difficult to do, and we simply don't have sleep temples these days. So how do we build our own Temple of Dreams. Intermission. I just need to take a quick break to say thank you to my channel benefactors, the highest level of membership here on the channel. Thank you to Command Baker, Rock, Geezer, Dreamer Dave, and Murat Yilmaz. And if you want your name mentioned in the next video, click the join button and become a channel benefactor. Fundamental. Okay, so serious time. Today's technique is fundamental or fun-demental. It's as important as keeping a dream journal. It's as important as reality checks. It is probably the single most important thing you can do to orientate your mind towards lucidity. It also acts as an antidote to some of the mistakes you can make if you become too pushy with this subject. But the nice thing is, when you start doing this, and you should be doing this every single day, you will want to do it because it's brilliant fun and you'll start to see the results really quickly. The technique. So this technique is related to dream incubation, but it's never really been given a name. So I'm going to call it the fundamental technique because it's simply that important for lucid dreaming. Step 1. At the beginning of the day, after you've written your dream journal, I want you to set the intention or to set the goal or whatever you want to call it, to look at the world differently for the rest of the day. You're going to set a new mindset as to how you think about all this. And this is something you want to do as often as possible throughout the day, but it's not a chore. You do it when you feel like it. You do it when it feels right. But ideally, you probably want to be doing this a minimum of 10 times a day. Step 2, the mindset. So how are we thinking differently about our lives? Well, it comes back to a single question. And no, it's not, is this a dream? The question is, what would I do if this was a dream? So here's what you're going to do. Throughout the day, whenever the moment takes you, let's say you're having a discussion with a friend, you're walking down the street, you're driving in the car, whatever it is you're doing, look around you and ask yourself, if I did realize I was dreaming right now, what would I do in this moment? Step 3, imagination. So this isn't intellectualizing, it's not some boring, stuffy chore. What you're doing is simply looking at your current environment, whatever it is, it doesn't matter, you can do it right now, and then to think in a fun way, how would I make the most of this if I could do absolutely anything, if all my wishes could be granted right here, right now? If this was a dream, what would be the most fun, the most interesting thing to do? And then spend some time just really enjoying that little thought pattern, that little daydream. So this is basically creative, lucid daydreaming based on the scenario you find yourself in. What you're doing on a scientific level is activating your default mode network, which is connected to your dreams at night. But in practical terms, you're just thinking about life in a different way. If I did have the ability to lucid dream and I was lucid dreaming right now, how would I make the most of this moment? Step 4, repeat this often. There are many times in life where you're going to want to do this. Maybe you're in a situation that isn't going quite the way you want it to, and that's a good time to think, well, if I could do anything, what would I do right now? Or maybe you're a little bit bored. So for example, earlier today I was walking down the street, crossing over a bridge, and I could see the tops of buildings. And I thought to myself, if I was dreaming right now, I'd fly over and just land on these buildings and do a bit of parkour, jumping from roof to roof. This doesn't need to be complicated and it doesn't need to be focused on dream goals. What it does need to be focused on is your immediate environment, how you would use this environment if it were a dream. And what you might see if you're smart is that what you're doing here is you're preparing your mind for the multitude of dreams you might possibly have, and you're gearing your mind to be prepared for being lucid when it happens, but equally, you're seeding your mind with potential. At night tonight, when you go to bed, your mind is going to try to consolidate all the memories from the day. And if you have lots of memories where you're thinking, well, if this were a dream, I'd do this fun thing, then your brain will incorporate those into your dreams, giving you a much higher chance of lucidity. Step 5, what if it is a dream? So you want to keep an open mind whilst you're doing your little daydream that maybe this moment right now could be a dream, and you can throw in some tests. They don't have to be classic reality checks, this is more playful. So I'll give you an example. I go for a coffee most days, and when I'm having a coffee, I'll tend to indulge in this technique. I'll look around and think, well, if this was a dream, I'd like to freeze time or whatever would be fun in my mind at that moment. But I'll also do little telekinetic experiments. So I'll look over at someone else's coffee cup and just try to will it to fall off the table or to levitate or something like that. So you're just testing out some dream control practice just to see whether something does happen, because if it did, you'd be dreaming right then. And this is a zero pressure practice. It has to be absolutely fun, absolutely organic. You need to enjoy doing it. This is playfulness. This is fun. It is fundamental. Do this when you feel like it. Try to do it often. You'll find that you keep wanting to come back to it because it's just a lot of fun to think of the world in terms of lucid dreaming. And if you want to think about lucid dreaming for a little bit longer, then try watching one of the videos on the screen right now. I'll see you there.